Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be doing a flip through of the Mystery of History Curriculum Volume 4. The Mystery of History is a world history curriculum from a Christian biblical worldview. Volume 4 covers from the Wars of Independence to modern times. I previously shared a review of the Mystery of History Volume 1, so I'll be sure to link that video down below in case you're interested in checking it out. That covers from creation to the resurrection of Christ. Between 1 and 4, there is obviously Volume 2 and Volume 3. We have not used those yet in our homeschool. I hope to be able to go back and use those in the future. But for this year, we are using this volume 4 with our 7th grader as well as our 5th grader. I will say that the author of this curriculum, Linda Lacohobar, she shares that volume 1, 2, and 3 can be used with pretty much all ages, and she has activities to go with each one. Volume 4, which is this one here, is a little bit more advanced. She recommends using it with older students, maybe middle school or high school, although she does include additional activities to be used with younger students. So our boys, as I said, are in 7th and 5th grade, but they are enjoying this curriculum. It's working really well for us. And being that the lessons are read aloud lessons, it gives me the opportunity as a teacher to be able to explain things to them, break things down, answer any questions. So we greatly enjoy this curriculum and it's worked really well. So I'm going to show you a look inside of how it's set up. The 3 components of this curriculum are the student reader or the student text here, the companion guide, as well as the student binder. So I'm going to show you a look inside all 3 of those. So the student text or the textbook, in the volume 4, it is just the lessons. The first thing inside the student text is the table of contents. So this is split into 2 semesters. You have semester 1, semester 2, and with each semester there are 2 quarters. So quarter 1 is the Wars of Independence. Quarter 2 are the Wars of Ideologies. Bring it a little closer for you. Quarter 3 are the Wars of the World. And quarter 4 is Wars of Modern Times and the Hope of Mankind. You'll notice that it's just the lessons. And again, the lessons are really laid out nicely, a lot of great color pictures. So in here, you will only see the actual lessons, no activities, no teacher supplements or anything like that. This is different than the volume 1, at least the edition that I used and I included in the review, where the teacher portion, everything is in one book. So it's actually all together in that book. Actually, I'll grab it to show it to you. Okay, so in the 2nd edition, this is the volume 1, and there has been a 3rd edition that has come out since that's hardback. But in this specific edition, it has all of the teacher aids. Everything is included in one book, so this is all you need. But it's different in the 4th edition. So in the 4th edition, you get an additional free download for the companion guide. So you get a free download that comes with the book, and you can print it out. You can get it bound if you'd like. You can do it however you would prefer. I decided just to print it here at home, and then I put it into this 3-ring binder. So here what I have are all the student activities. I have also all of the pre-tests. I have all of the mapping. I have all of the quizzes and the answer key as well. So all of the things that you will need as a teacher are in the companion guide that also is included in that free download. The nice thing about it is that you can pick and choose what you'd like to do. So if you have decided that in your homeschool you don't want to do the quizzes, you don't need to download that portion. Or if you decide you only want to do some of the activities, you can just download what you need. So it gives you that flexibility, which is really nice. The things that we are using this year is our student binder. So this is all that your student needs to be able to do the course, in addition to what I just shared. So here I just made this up so they can memorize the 12 dates they have. So every single year within the Mystery of History, the author gives 12 dates to memorize. And so I just created this so that they could have a place to place them. Here's where they put all of their activities, the work that they're doing, as well as a timeline. So I'm going to walk you through a typical week so you can see how it's laid out. The nice thing is that the author gives different options as far as how you can lay out your week. We have decided to do history 5 days a week. We include it as part of our morning meeting, and I did share that in our morning meeting video, so I'll be sure to link that video down below. We do it 5 days a week. We really enjoy this curriculum. Honestly, it's one of the highlights of our homeschool day, but for your family, you can decide what works best and how you'd like to lay it out to work for you. And again, the author does give several different scheduling options for that. So the first thing we do, so we're going to start in week 1. Again, I'm going to go to week 1. Okay. So again, this is all included in that free download. So first thing we do is the pre-test. So at the beginning of every week, there is a pre-test, and the author gives this as a worksheet form, kind of like a written pre-test. But what we do here is we don't do them written. We actually I put up the answers of the word bank. I put them up on our whiteboard, and then the boys will play a game. So what we'll do is I'll ask them a question, and then they get to jump up and answer. And as they get the questions right, they start erasing those off of the whiteboard. So it's just like a fun activity that we use at the start of every week. So once we do our pre-test on Monday, along with that on Monday, then what we will do is the first lesson. So we go here, and I'll actually open it to lesson 1. So week 1, lesson 1. So in this case, it's Johann Sebastian Bach and George Friedrich Handel. So what we will do is I read this lesson to them out loud. So they kind of sit around, they get comfortable, and I read the lesson. So it's a little longer than the previous volumes. The lessons are a little longer, but we enjoy it. I love to read aloud to them, and they love to listen. So it works well for us. Like I said, we really do look forward to this. So I read one full lesson, and then at that point, after I read that lesson out loud, we go back to my teacher binder here, and I look at what activities I have chosen that go with that lesson. So this is, for example, lesson 2. There was in pbs.org kind of a history trip to like a virtual trip to a colonial town. Here, there's some options for a mock quill pen to make dehydrated apples. There are so many activities. We honestly do not do them all. My goal is to try to do maybe one per week, honestly, because there's so many great ones, and they're by age ranges. So here she'll show whether it's for all students, younger students, middle students, and also older students. So it gives you that option for you to pick and choose what you think your children would enjoy and get the most out of. So on Tuesday, we do lesson 2. On Wednesday, we do lesson 3. On Thursday, then we will do a review. So that review consists of us doing our wall of fame. So you see here it says wall of fame. We review and we make our timeline figures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my student binder, so take you to where my son has his timeline. I'll try to angle this for you so that you can see it. I'll bring this over. So for a timeline, I've gotten a free download off Pinterest, and I'll include that link down below. This is contentedathome.com. She provides this free download of these timeline pages, just kind of like single pages. And then what I do is I tape them together to form the timeline. And at the end of the year, then my son will be taping together his entire timeline that covers, oh, this was a very busy time. You can see it covers the entire span of the time covered in the course. So far, this is what we have done this year. Like I said, we are currently in the second quarter and are really enjoying this thus far. An additional thing that we also do are the memory cards. So the curriculum suggests that you create memory cards to help your child remember their lessons and their facts as they're going through them. So at the end of each day, so example, we do lesson 1, we will make our memory card for lesson 1. And this is kind of what I did. You can buy booklets and things like that to make memory cards, but to make it a little easier, I just took a pack of blank note cards. And then what I did is I took some cardstock actually this was a folder, and I just laminated it. And so I made a front cover and a back cover. And before laminating it, I gave them the freedom to be able to decorate it however they'd like. So one of my sons, he just wanted to keep it very simple. He wrote Mystery of History, Volume 4, while my other son wanted to do a replica of the actual cover of the book. So you can see he kind of did his own little replica of that. So that's what he wanted to do, including the back as well. My older son kept it really just simple, and then he wanted to do also, like I said, that replica. So this is a nice place where you can allow your children to have that freedom to make it their own. And like I said, at the end of each lesson, so for example, lesson 1, they set up their cards. And again, this is explained within the teacher's supplement. So she explains how you are to set up your cards depending on your child's level and their age. But you're going to put the title of the lesson in the front. These illustrations were optional. He wanted to add those, and of course I let him. That was totally fine. And then on the back, then they will include the volume, the lesson number, the year, and then some facts. And they do this for every single one of the lessons. So on Thursday, when we're doing our review, they can take these cards out, and then they can read them to each other. They can play little games, review games, and this is really great for studying. So this is a really great tool that we've enjoyed incorporating this year. All right, on Friday is the final day, and that is either week 1, this is an exercise that they will do, or it will be a quiz. So the author of this curriculum, she does a rotating schedule. So this curriculum rotates between exercise and quiz. So week 1 will be a review exercise like this. Week 2 will be a quiz, and I'll see if I can show that to you. Week 3 will then be a exercise, and week 4 will be a quiz. So this is an example of the first quiz. So the quizzes are cumulative. So they are, as they are going through the course, they're kind of adding together all the information that is shared within the course. Your child really is getting a great sense of that history over time. One thing that we do is there are some lessons that we decide to split within a couple days. And definitely when we get to the World Wars, I'm going to be taking some time on that. Okay, that is a look inside the Mystery of History Volume 4 curriculum, Wars of Independence to Modern Times. If you have any questions about the curriculum, please leave them down below. Also, if you have a favorite history curriculum, something that your family has enjoyed, please also share in the comments. I would love to hear what works for you and for your family. I pray that you and your family are well. I pray you are blessed. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I look forward to talking to you soon.